Hi guys, it's LeJanaro back with another video, and today I am going to be sewing up McCall's 7331, and I'm going to be sewing view D, the pants. And I'm going to be using the same fabric that I just used to make this Simplicity 9385, that rib textured knit, the purple color. Because I'm going to wear that as an outfit. So I'm going to be using that same fabric, and I'm going to be making view D of McCall's 7331, which are the pants. And again, I do this disclaimer on garment videos now, that these are not tutorials. I will show you the way that I sew up the garment. The instructions may have a totally different method of how to sew. So if you feel more comfortable following the instructions, absolutely follow the instructions of the pattern, because I'm pretty sure I'm skipping steps and leaving stuff out, but I'm sewing it to fit me. And as long as the pattern fits, I am happy with it. All right. This is an older pattern by McCall, so I'm not real sure if it's still in the pattern book. I want to say it is. I want to say the last time McCall's had a sale, it was still in the pattern book. I didn't check the pattern drawer because I knew I already had it and I hadn't trimmed it. So, yeah. So this is McCall's 7331. So let's get started. All right. So of course you're gonna need the pattern McCall 7331, and like I said, I think this is still a pattern that's available with McCall's. I am doing view D, which are the pants. So you make sure you look at your pattern to make sure you know the amount of fabric that you're going to need, the yardage, and then your elastic and everything. All of that information is in your pattern. So I've already cut out pattern pieces number 8. That's upside down. Pattern piece number 8 and 9, which is your yoke for your waistband. And this is pattern pieces 11 and 12, which are your front and back pant legs. You're going to need some pins, some coordinating thread, your sewing machine, scissors, iron, and ironing board. All right, so let's get started. So I like to do batch sewing. Meaning I like to take as much to the sewing machine as I can. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my pieces number 8 and 9, my yoke pieces. And you should have some notches that you cut on each piece. I'm going to take each piece and I'm going to place them with right side spacing. So pieces number 8 and 9, I'm going to take them, going to place them with right side spacing. And you should have some some notches here. Right, on both pieces. Make sure you line up those notches, and you're going to pin down both sides. And you'll match up your notches. Right, I'm going to set this to the side, but when we go to the sewing machine, we're just going to sew down both sides. And I'm going to be using a zigzag stitch since this is a knit fabric, and I have a size 12 stretch needle in my machine. So set that aside. Now you're going to take one front piece and one back piece, place them with right sides facing, and you are going to pin at the crotch. So your crotch, you know, is this curve right here. So you'll take, again, one front leg and one back pant legs, place them with right sides facing, start pinning. You should have some notches. I have a notch right here. And then I'm gonna go back up here to the top. I'm going to pin all the way down, starting at the crotch all the way down the pant leg. And once you get those pinned together, then do the other two pant legs the same way. Make sure you have one front pant leg and one back pant leg, and pin at the crotch seam. Alright, so pin here starting at your crotch seam all the way down that leg, and you're going to pin the same front and back pieces the same way. Once you finish, we're going to sew down that seam, and we'll sew all three pieces. We're going to sew our yoke and our 4 pant legs. Alright, so here's your yoke all sewn together. So you're going to take it and place it with the wrong sides facing. So you're just basically folding it in half. Alright, folding it in half with the wrong side spacing, so your right side is facing up. All right, and this will then become your waistband. All right, so set that aside, and you're going to take your pant legs that you sewn, right, open them up so that the right side is facing up. Take the other pair of pant legs, and you're going to open them up as well and place them with right side spacing. And what you're going to do, you're going to pin around the crotch. I need to make a mark on my pants so I'll know the front leg from the back leg. So I'm just going to take a friction pin, if I can find one. And how I know is, of course, is because the my back pant leg is bigger than my front pant leg. I can't see that friction pin. So I'm just going to take some chalk and mark it. Let me mark it on the back side. And this just lets me know my front leg from my back leg, pant leg. This helps more when I have pockets, but since I won't have pockets on here, I'm going to sew something or put something in my on the inside of my pants once I finish to let me know what the front and back is. All right, so you have one set of pant legs, right side facing up. Take the other pair of pant legs, place them with right sides facing. So your two back pant legs are here, your two front pant legs are here, and you're going to pin around the crotch. You should have some notches. So just find your notches and pin. Your back pant leg has 2 notches, maybe 3. I can't remember. Then I'm going to match up these center seams here. Right, and I'm just going to pin the crotch area. Right, and what you're going to do, you're going to take this to the sewing machine and you're going to sew all the way around the crotch area. I'm going to serge my seams and then press my seams. so now that you have your pants sewn together in the crotch, open them up. So grab the end of one side and open them up like this. All right. So I have them. Right now they are right sides facing, sewn together at the crotch. Just going to take one side, open it up like that, and then open this up so they look, you know, more like a front and back. Well, these are the front pants. This part is the back pants. Right? So open them up the long ways and then spread out your front pieces and then your back pieces. And now take your back pieces and place them with right side facing with your front pieces. And now they start to look like actual pants. All right. So now all you have to do is pin down both sides and sew down both sides with right side spacing. You should have some notches to match up. Once you finish pinning, take it to the sewing machine and sew down both sides. Serge if you have a serger, or press your seams. Well, press your seams anyway, but if you have a serger, you can serge your seams. And I think I forgot to say this now that we're this far along in the video. Your pattern will have the seam allowance, all right? Your pattern instructions should have the seam allowance. I'm sewing with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. That is more than likely the seam allowance in your pattern, but I cannot quote that because I have not looked at the pattern instructions. So, to be on the safe side, look at your pattern instructions to see what your seam allowance is. But most garment patterns that I sew with are 5/8 seam allowance. I'm just pinning down the other side of the pant leg. And once I'm finished pinning, I will take my pants to the sewing machine and sew down both sides. Alright, so you've sewn down both sides of your pants. Go ahead and turn your pants to the right side and grab your yoke, which is your waistband. Right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my yoke. The folded edge is pointing down towards the pants. And I'm going to slip my pants through the yoke, through this opening. Alright. And I'm going to line up these seams. So these are your yoke seams. This is your side seam on your pants. Go ahead and line these up and pin. Make sure it's 3 layers, so make sure you get all 3. I'm going to do the same thing to this other side. Right, your 2 yoke layers and your 1 pant leg layer. I can't remember when I trimmed the pattern if there was an elastic guide, but I'm thinking there is an elastic guide, so you'll know how much elastic you need. I usually just take my elastic and measure it around my waist. I pull tight enough that's comfortable for me, and that's how I do my elastic. I don't use the elastic guide. So you should have notches on your pants and on your yoke. Sometimes if your yoke is snug enough, you don't need elastic. I made some pants once, and I didn't even add elastic because the yoke, you know, fit nice and snug around my waist. So when I finish sewing these, I'm going to try them on. I am going to leave an opening. I'm going to continue to pin around. You have more yoke. You have more notches on the back side of your pant leg and on the other side of your yoke. So match those notches up. And then continue to pin around. But what I was saying is, I'm going to pin around, and I'm going to leave an opening just in case I want to add elastic. And if I decide not to, I'm just going to sew up that opening I left. But if I want to add elastic, I'm just going to add elastic around that through the opening that I left. And I usually leave my openings in the back. Don't be like me and get ready to pin all 6 layers together. Alright, so you should have 3 layers all the way around. And like I said, I'm gonna leave an opening in the back. Just in case I want to use elastic, but if I try these on and I don't need elastic, I'm just gonna close up the opening that I left. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and I'm going to leave about 1.5 inch opening in the back. So about here I'll leave my opening. I'll start at this pin, so all the way around, stop at this pin, try them on. If I need to still add elastic, I'm gonna add elastic to my yoke, which is my waistband, and weave the elastic through. All right, once I finish pinning, I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine and sew. Alright, so now that I finished my yoke, my waistband, I am going to just turn up the hem of my pants. So I turned my pants to the wrong side, and I took off my arm from my sewing machine, and I'm just sliding my pant leg on, and I'm just eyeballing it. You do whatever you like for your hem. Right. I'm doing about an inch, maybe more. I'm short, so pants are always long on me for patterns. So I'm doing maybe a little over an inch for me. Folding it over, and I'm just going to sew around both pant legs. Alright, so my pants are all done. I did try them on, and I decided I did not need any elastic for the waistband because they fit really nice and snug. These pants, they have a legging type fit even though they are not leggings. So they fit pretty snug. They're not too tight, they fit just right. But yeah, that's why I didn't add any elastic to my waistband. And then I hem the pant leg. I did a little over an inch on my hem, and the pants are all done. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I will try my best to answer them. But yeah, this is a quick and easy sew. I do highly recommend this pattern for beginners. The pants anyway. I'm pretty sure the shirt and the jacket are pretty easy sews as well. Actually, I made the top already in a different video, but yeah, the top is a pretty easy sew, and the pants is a pretty easy sew. So alright guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And once I take pictures in my outfits, I will make sure I do a video showing you guys the finished outfits.